My name is Andrew McGowan with the Reserve Advisors. I'm a member of the Homeowner Leader Education Committee with the Illinois chapter of Community Associations Institute. As a reserve specialist with CAI, I'm very fortunate to work in many different communities in many different financial situations. But one thing I find is always constant. They can always use sound financial guidance. Your financial future starts with you and a good financial plan. That financial plan usually starts with an annual operating budget, an important part of your financial planning every single year. That operating budget typically encapsulates your normal operating costs, such as general maintenance, your general repairs, how much you pay you for insurance, how much you pay your landscaper. But it also looks at those long-term reserve capital projects that don't come up every year, that may have a huge impact on your financial needs and situation. One thing to help with that is a reserve study. Now, some may say a reserve study is a long, complicated document full of engineering jargon and numbers that are hard to understand. But I'm here to tell you that any homeowner leader can learn to read a reserve study. If you have questions like, what goes into a reserve study? Or is this brick project and operating a reserve costs? A reserve study can help identify that and help plan for your future. A reserve study starts with a physical analysis and financial analysis. Determine what costs go into the reserve plan. Now think of the electrical systems of a building. These are critical to deliver utilities, but you may ask why they aren't always reflected in reserve study costs. A reserve study can explain that and identify whether those costs need to be planned for, and if so, how you would go about doing so. Other people may ask, what's the benefit of having a reserve study? We've kept our assessments the same for the past 10 years. Or we just paid a special assessment last year. I know we don't have enough money. A reserve study gives you a financial plan to make informed decisions to determine how you plan for your future. It can be that roadmap to help guide the balance of keeping your assessments low to attract owners while keeping your property values high. If you think of a large roof project, it may come up every 20 years. If you need to fund for $1 million roof project and you try to fund that project with 1 year of assessments, how is that feasible? How is it fair to the owners living there? How are they going to fund that project by themselves? What about those owners who have lived there for 20 years and have enjoyed the use of those roofs without paying for their costs? A reserve study can help determine your financial situation and how you fund for those projects. Whether you can use regular reserve contributions aligned with inflation, or whether you need to increase your reserve funding, or whether you need to investigate other methods of funding, such as special assessments or loans to help defray the burden from your current owners. Nobody likes a $10,000 bill slapped on their doorstep with little advance notice. By using a reserve study, you can plan for your future and avoid those unexpected situations. If you would like to learn more, please visit cai-illinois.org and look for our upcoming events. We look forward to talking with you in the future.